What if I told you everything that you want is on the other side of fear? What if I told you the roar, the giant bark, the intimidating factors that are out there trying to push you away are the obstacle that is the way? What if I told you 3 dogs could construe or create a show for you, a God wink, a serendipitous event that might change your life? Welcome to the R Zone. When you put your head on that pillow tonight, you've got one question. Are you glad you did, or do you wish you had?
The R Zone with Coach Jim Stroker.
We've all had people along the way in life who make a lasting impression. For me, one of those people was my high school basketball coach, Jim Stroker. He's coached hundreds of us teenage boys over the years and raised 3 of the most remarkable kids you'll ever meet.
I have coached hundreds of thousands of games right on these fields right here. But there's only one game that truly counts, and that game is your life. And you will be measured in that game by how you respond. E+R = O. The events, many of which are out of your control, plus your response, which is 100% on you, will equal the outcome. And now we're about to lean in on the power of your response. The R Zone. This is a podcast to share conversations on our own hero's journey. These are stories that have shaped my life and the mindset I hope that will help shape yours. This is coaching for life. It's not where we've been. It's all about where we're going. The R Zone is the space between stimulus and response. The R Zone is where you have the power to choose your response.
And now, join Jim Stroker in the R Zone.
So I guess the question is, do you believe in miracles? Do you believe in God winks and serendipitous events that occur in some mystical fashion? What if 3 dogs construed together to create an event that would change your life? Is that possible? I was driving back from the intensive care unit at St. Joseph's Hospital in Paterson, New Jersey, where Jake was in a coma and Allie was paralyzed from the chest down, both on life support. And I was driving home to take an hour break and just take our 2 dogs out for a quick run. I needed some source of meditation before I go back and face something which seemed too much. I drove in the driveway and Cindy and Whitey ran up to me. Cindy was a 72-pound golden retriever. Whitey was a 14-pound West Highland terrier. Both looked at me, well aware that their brother and sister were something was wrong. And I couldn't really tell them what had happened. I was afraid to. Instead, I decided to take them for a run. They hopped in the car, got in the back of the Jeep, and we rode over to the school about 2 miles away in the middle of the night. Pitch dark, 5:10 a.m. Whitey and Cindy jumped out of the car, chased the geese off the infield of the baseball field, and I raced after them. Come on, let's go! I brought them across the field, and it was about to happen. We were about midway across the field in the pitch dark when all of a sudden this 80-pound, loose, ferocious German Shepherd showed up in the southeast edge of the corner of the field and looked at the 3 of us. Cindy took a look at that German Shepherd and put her tail between her legs and ran in the other direction. The 181-pound dad of these 2 dogs froze. It was just too much. That's all I needed now, was the dogs to be eaten up. And all of a sudden, that German Shepherd started race at us. And all of a sudden, that 14-pound West Highland Terrier by the name of Whitey looked at me square in the eye. It took a pause. It wanted to make sure I was looking right at it. And all of a sudden, Whitey took off right at that German Shepherd. About 20 yards in front of me, there was this melee, this rumble, this incredible battle that must have lasted at least 14 seconds until all of a sudden, that German Shepherd turned its back and went in the other direction. Whitey limped back to me, bleeding from the ear, but looked me square in the eye and wanted to say so badly, the impediment to action advances the action. What stands in the way, Dad, becomes the way. Whatever it is that you fear, that's what you do most, and you've got to do it. That little dog and those two other dogs had set this up to show me the obstacle is the way. I don't know what it was, but for some reason, thinking that 14-pound Westie could tackle its fears gave me the strength and courage to drive back to that hospital with a different mindset. What today is scaring you? What today is that fear, that obstacle, that Goliath, that German Shepherd that wants you? Can you run to the bark? Can you run to the roar? Everything you need is on the other side of fear. This is Coach Jim Stroker. If your team needs a little bit of a pep talk, a motivational message, or just a source of information, call us up on CoachStroker.com. This is the R Zone. Don't forget it.
Let's get you into the R Zone. Coach Jim Stroker has provided a bridge for inspiration and hope for people all over the world. Are you ready to transform your life and your leadership skills? Invite Coach Stroker to inspire your students or motivate your teams, offering personalized keynote speeches, dynamic workshops, inspirational life coaching, and comprehensive leadership training from Fortune 500 companies to students all over the country to nonprofits and individuals. Empower yourself to become the best version of you with Coach Jim Stroker for speaking, workshops, training, or coaching. Work with Jim Stroker. Visit CoachStroker.com to start your journey today. Let's get into the R Zone.
For more, follow Coach Jim Stroker on socials. And be sure to subscribe to the R Zone podcast, available on all major platforms, including Spotify and YouTube.
And don't forget to pick up a copy of Coach Jim Stroker's new book, Huddle Up, available now on Amazon.
This production was recorded at Ignite Creator Studios, Digital Media and Content Strategy. Visit ignitecreatorstudios.com.